Scorpio. What happens if someone has very strong Scorpio, say Ascendant or Moon or the Sun sometimes, or maybe a few planets in Scorpio, like the relationships planets, Mars and Venus? What happens then? Well, first of all, let's look at Scorpio let's break it down. It's a feminine sign. It's a water sign. Okay, so far so good. It's fixed sign though, and it's ruled by a masculine planet. So there is contradiction here already. Feminine sign ruled by a masculine planet. Water, which is feeling, which is emotional, ruled by a hardcore planet like Mars, the god of war. And then fixed as well. Water likes to move, and all of a sudden we have this fixity here. And that's why Scorpio is the most complicated sign of all. Together with Aquarius, I think both signs are the two most complicated, because they have clashing qualities within themselves. You know, like for example, look at Aries, like masculine sign ruled by a masculine planet, but ruled by a fire, you know, and it's cardinal, which means moves a lot, you know. It's very simple. It's what you get, what you see is what you get. In Scorpio, you might see something, but you don't get that. You might see sometimes, you know, sometimes they either project the feminine side, which is like the more retrieving, more withdrawn, just observes, analyzing. And, you know, but inside, they might be super strong people. They might, you know, you might not be seeing the Mars side, which is the focus, the warrior side, which is the one that when it wants something, it goes after it. And you might be seeing just the more withdrawn side, usually initially, because it's also water and feminine side. Scorpios take their time before they commit. They observe. You know, this is the energy of water. They you know, they need to make sure that their feelings are protected, because they're water sign. They're emotional. They're strong, but they're emotional at the same time. You see this clash of energy. So they want to protect their emotions because they're so sensitive within feminine water, and because they're fixed, which means that when they hurt for a long time. If they've been hurt in a relationship, oh my God, it leaves a wound. They don't trust people for years after that. No one can blame them. This is what their nature is. It's like ice, like the emotions freeze in them, and they leave like crystals in their heart. And because they don't want to ever have this pain in their heart again, they want to protect themselves. And often they've been hurt a lot when they're young, because it's a complex sign, it's a karmic sign. People with strong Scorpio often in their lives have had maybe people who abused them or betrayed their trust in some way, because Scorpio is the 8th house of drama, of intensity, of battleground, of abuse sometimes, of secrets. They might have some deep secrets, or even something which is not so much taboo, but that left big marks on them, especially in the first 20, 30 years of their life. Scorpio experiences the role of being more of a victim, of having been betrayed, and they keep this memory deeply, and their fixity does not allow them to let go of those painful feelings so easily, and that's why they put an armor, they protect themselves. You see, the Scorpion has exoskeleton. The bones are outside, and inside they're mushy. They're like, you know, inside they're like crab, basically, like soft and gentle. So sometimes they can either look on the outside very hard and penetrating, and, you know, try to present a strong martial face, I'm warrior, and you can never smash me, but inside they're so soft and sensitive. Or sometimes they can be more withdrawn, show them more feminine sign, but inside they're being very, you know, strong and determined not to allow to be hurt in some way. So all these qualities, what does it lead to? How will Scorpio act in relationships? They'll be cautious initially. They'll observe you. I had a Scorpio partner with 4 planets in Scorpio: Sun, Venus, Mercury, Saturn, something like that. Oh my God. He first dated me for 6 months. No, he didn't date me. We were friends. I was at his place every night. And Scorpio has a reputation for being very sexual, and indeed they are. But they don't want to give their sexuality like that everywhere. They want, because it's a feeling sign, they want to put meaning into their sexual relationships. In afflicted Scorpio, or if the person has some other planets in less, you know, emotional signs, they can sleep around sometimes as well. But Scorpio, when it makes relationship, it wants deep meaning in it. It wants deep meaning. It wants deep, meaningful emotional connection, not on the surface. They don't want one night stands, okay, they can do one night stands because they have strong sexuality, because Mars rules them, the planet of sex, but it never gives them the satisfaction that it would give Aries, because Aries is outwardly focused. It doesn't care so much about meaning, you know. It cares about the excitement, fire, wow, you know. And Scorpio is like, it has to have meaning. It's water, it's feminine, it has to fulfill emotional needs. And they go about slowly before committing. It's a fixed sign, takes its time. It's not going to allow to be hurt again. But it's very focused because it's Mars. Mars is like a soldier. If it wants something, if it likes something, they'll be dogged. They might pursue this person 5 years. I had someone who was in love with me, and I was getting married, and even on 2 days before the marriage, after 4 years of him realizing that, you know, I'm getting married, I'm in love, he still kept trying and saying, in case in the last moment I leave my, you know, fiance, maybe there is a chance. So dogged perseverance, they can stalk you, they can, if they like you, they'll be there, they'll try it, but it might not be so obvious. The person might not be so clear about it because it's of this femininity on the out, you know, the feminine and feminine qualities which are not initiative so strongly, and the water qualities, you might be misled. They might be sending mixed signals, and you're, do they like me? Do they not like me? Like with this first boyfriend, I was going 6 months. I was going every night at his place. He didn't kiss me even once. And I could feel there is sexual tension. We like each other. I knew it. He must be in love, but why is he not doing it? Such many mixed signals. And 6 months later, he tells me, oh, I like this girl, I'm going to date her, what do you think? And I started crying, I burst out, I thought that I'm going mad, because all the time I thought we were getting there, we were going to be in a relationship, and at the end he tells me he likes someone else, and I just told him, don't you realize I'm in love? And 2 days later, he told me it was just a test. He wanted to see my reaction, and now we can be together. Sounds like an asshole, but actually a fantastic person. And, you know, and of course, I ended up hurting him, being Aries, being irresponsible and childlike and impulsive. But anyway, that's enough of personal story. But this I wanted to illustrate your story about Scorpios, you know, how they'll be more cautious in relationship. They might send you mixed signals, whether it's a man or a woman. But if they like you, they will persevere. They'll keep, you know, they'll keep being around you. They'll keep somehow, even if it's not too much in your face, Mars gives them focus and they follow a goal like crazy. And Scorpio people can be very successful in life because, you know, they analyze, they're very intuitive because of the water and the female energy, which is intuitive, but at the same time they intuit the situation is right or wrong, and they go and do it because their planet, their ruling planet is Mars, a planet of doing, of initiative. So this deep, penetrating, observant mind, intuitive mind of them can make them really successful in life because they go after a goal like no other. They are fixed. They follow the goal till the bitter end. And in relationship, again, to say, if they're in love with you, they would want to be with you for a long time. I mean, if you don't lose their trust through betrayal, because as we said, Scorpio have suffered betrayals usually as young, and they're very cautious of them. If you don't trust lose their trust like that, they will be with you till death ends you apart. You know, even when sometimes the passion, even if it, you know, the passion might have disappeared, Scorpio is a loyal sign, but usually Scorpio keeps the passion strong, and Scorpio needs, if you have a person with Scorpio planet, this person needs sexual intimacy. It doesn't have to be like rabbits every day, but it needs the physical touch, it needs the physical stimulation, maybe even some tantric practices which bond people on a much deeper level than just the sexual organs, because Scorpio is about intensity, meaning, deepness. And when Scorpio does sex, my God, like they have a rap for the best lovers. So you're in for a very interesting relationship. If a man has Venus or Moon in Scorpio, his female planets, what kind of women will he like? He would like more mysterious, more deep women who are not superficial, women who are also a bit complex. You know, they're strong, but they're at the same time sensitive and emotional. This clash again of energies, who are loyal and trustful, but at the same time, you know, yeah, at the same time emotional and feminine and sensitive, not too much in your face, but strong at the same time, you know. So all these qualities, superficial women, superficial relationship can turn them off. And if they fall for you, it might be very hard for you to fall out of love with you, because Scorpio has this obsessive, focused energy that Mars gives it, and that, you know, the fixity of emotions, which fixes the emotions for a long time on the same person. So thank you.